basically we need to all rally together and make vultures
Great again.
And make vultures great again.
Alexandra Haddow is a stand-up comedian, founder of Club Night in the Amnesty, and Ralph's comedy editor. Her hotly anticipated debut show, Not My Finest Hour, sold out its entire run at the Edinburgh Fringe 2023. In 2024, she returned with her critically acclaimed sophomore show, Third Party, which she then toured around the UK. When she's not touring or running her Club Night in East London, Alex interviews some of the best and brightest in the comedy world for each issue of our print mag. We met up at the Islington Townhouse in North London.
Hello, welcome to What Do You Want to Talk About? I'm Ben, this is Alexandra.
Hello.
Alexandra, what do you want to talk about?
Oh, I want to talk about so many things.
Okay, go.
This is the 4 things that off the top of my head I want to talk about. The Margate Crab Museum. Very important.
Yeah.
Vultures.
Sure, yeah.
Bird.
Yeah.
Not the Kanye West album.
Really good clarification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Nighy.
Yeah.
National Treasure.
True.
Ride.
Wow.
And
We'll come to that. I think I'm going to need at least 2 more of these before we get to that point.
I don't know if we do. But we might, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And Nadia Lee Cohen.
Okay, where do you want to start?
Oh, where shall I start? I'll start with the Margate Crab Museum.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything else that's ever existed like this. I'm annoyed because I've actually never been, but I feel like I'm such a fangirl that I feel like I've been.
You're really missing out.
And you have been.
I have been. So my friend Fran, hi Fran, she is like a Margate Crab Museum, like, ultra. Do you want me to spoil it for you? Can I talk you through what happens in it?
Yeah, I need to know because I went to see John Tothill's show. Don't know if you know him. Fantastic comedian. Oh, my favourite show at Edinburgh Fringe this year. He described it as a smokescreen for communism.
Genuinely, I didn't... Because this is also what Fran said. She was just like, they are deep cover recruiting. And I was like, they can't possibly. No. There is a whole scene where a crab is fighting off the cops and the crab is the miners. They have made like dioramas of these crabs.
The Margate Crab Museum feels like the only 4 a.m. afters conversation that's actually materialised. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what we should do? Do you know what we should do?
Yeah.
We should get a crab museum and it should be a smoke show and we'll recruit people for socialism and the left and someone's been like, yes.
And also what we're going to do is brazenly lie about crabs in it, which is my favourite part of it.
Amazing.
There's just this whole exhibit where you have to, I get a bit bored. You know, when you go to a museum, you have to read it all.
Yeah.
I prefer making up my own story, but I thought I'd commit to the bit.
Yeah.
And then you got to the end of it and it was like, this was all a lie, by the way.
Really?
So good.
I love that.
It's so good. And their merch...
Their merch is incredible. Okay, I feel like, you know when a cool bar or a new pub or a new show or something like that tries to be really good with their social media, but what they do is they employ some gonk that's like doesn't know what they're doing. You know, like one of those cool coffee shops and they've got something really cheesy written on the board outside and you think, I know what he's trying to do here, but you don't know what you're doing. But the Margate Crab Museum is the perfect example of having an exceptional social media
If we
presence.
could transpose that energy, if we could take them and put them in charge of insert whatever fucking political party it
exactly,
is,
but
we'd win.
100%.
We would win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we, from crabs to vultures?
Sort of the same.
It's animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, David Attenborough would be able to go from that to that, so I feel like I could.
Exactly.
Because many people have said that I am the working man's David Attenborough.
We've always said it.
Thank you.
Yeah. My friend Roddy Shaw, he's got a wonderful podcast called How Many Geese. I think he should be the next David Attenborough. And this weekend, he was telling us all in the group chat, my group chat was popping off about vultures, the bird. And essentially how incredible they are. And he was saying that they're always touted as the baddies in popular culture.
Yeah.
But actually... them declining is causing havoc. I for one was enthralled.
So, okay, give me your top 3 vulture facts.
Top 3 vulture facts. They reckon that the powers that be.
Big vulture.
I'm in the pocket of big vulture now. About 97 to 99% of some species of vulture have been eradicated because of, in Roddy's words, the classic human thing. We're destroying their habitat, we're environmental, climate change, we're smashing it with that.
Nailing it.
Yeah, and because of that, they are not eating the carcasses that naturally die, and then That is making feral dogs. Stay with me.
Okay.
That is making feral dogs go to the carcasses instead, and the feral dogs are now getting more and more in numbers because they're not dying off. That's population control with the vultures, and now there's too many feral dogs, and there's infected carcasses, and then people are getting ill. Basically, we need to all rally together and make vultures
Great again.
and make vultures great again. And that is the merch that I'll be selling after the show.
Bill Nighy.
Bill Nighy. I have to do sort of a semi-regular praise of Bill Nighy because I just think he's fantastic. I like the fact that he's a sort of, what would you call it, a talisman for like the later in life career and sex symbol.
Talk me through sex symbol here, because...
Okay, I once interviewed Bill Nighy
Okay.
years ago when I already fancied him, and I wasn't supposed to interview him. I was the picture editor at a magazine, and my friend was the, I guess, interview person, features editor. Interviewer, yeah. But she was like a features writer, but she was interviewing, and then we had like a press junket with him. And she knew that I fancied him so much that she pretended that she needed me to do some pictures, but she let me do the interview, much to the chagrin of our editor. But I think I had a wonderful time. And he was just as amazing and polite and chivalrous and like old school, sexy in person. And he called me Alexandra.
Ooh.
He was everything that I wanted. You know, like when you meet someone that you sort of fancy, a famous person, and if they're not exactly as you pictured them in your private thoughts.
Did you want to take this opportunity that you're on camera to reveal some of those private thoughts?
Private thoughts. Just Bill taking you for a stunning meal in Mayfair, and him just complimenting on your clothes.
Okay, so we've rattled through. We have one final subject to cover.
One final one.
Nadia Lee Cohen.
Nadia Lee Cohen. I love her. I'm obsessed with her. What makes it even weirder, and I'm just going to come clean here, is that I know her brother. Her brother is a great comedian called Ben Cohen. When I found out his sister was Nadia Lee Cohen, I would say I've been the least cool person to my friend Ben, and he is, quite frankly, sick of it. So, sorry, Ben.
Talk us through who Nadia Lee Cohen is to you.
Nadia Lee Cohen, to me, close personal friend, is she's a photographer. She's ostensibly a photographer, but she's a visual artist. She's a model. Every time I look at her, I'm like sort of obsessed with what she's doing. And in the current climate, if somebody can make you have what I call an inspiration hypo, then I think that's good.
You're the comedy editor for Ralph. And so for each issue, you sit down with a different comedian.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk to you about that experience, because you've spoken to some like incredible people.
Yes.
All of them bring something like new and interesting.
Definitely, yeah.
What's that been like as somebody who is also a touring comedian?
Yeah.
To sit down and talk about craft?
I love it. And I think that sometimes I think there's a slight snobbery amongst comedians about still watching and enjoying and admiring comedy. I think some people, when they've been in the game for years, they don't watch other people's shows or they don't go and watch comedy. I hope I'm never like that, because that's why I love interviewing other comedians. I love hearing about people's sort of, I was going to say journey, which makes me sound like an American influencer, doesn't it? But but like literal journey, like their life story, essentially. I love talking about craft, actually, and how people write. But really, I like seeing how people came to be who they are now, and how their comedy was formed, essentially.
It's really interesting to me because I've got quite a lot of drag queen friends, and they talk about 2010 and that sort of era of drag, sort of before RuPaul.
Right.
Lots of my friends came up through, like, even the names of the nights now are, we can't say. And the way that they would speak and talk to each other.
Yeah.
Because that was the culture. And now, because things kind of get taken and...
Yeah.
taken out of line, it's completely shaped the way that they can comedy.
Yes.
I wonder if you feel that at all.
I genuinely think if you're clever enough, you can talk about anything. And if you're saying something that's interesting and funny in the right way and you're not punching down, then you kind of can still talk about anything. You just can't be a racist, homophobic arsehole. Or you can, but genuinely in comedy, your audience is your litmus test.
Yeah.
If you did a joke like that now, I genuinely don't think you would get a good reaction.
No.
And people would be a bit like, oh, I don't want to watch them again. Because if people are reacting like that, then you do have to react to your audience.
You want them, you're still there to make them laugh at the end of the day.
And you don't want to make anyone feel a bit like, oh, God.
It's also context, isn't it? Because I think, like, it was interesting. Jerry Seinfeld did a whole, like, well, you couldn't get away with it these days. Yeah, and what's so fascinating to me is Jerry Seinfeld was in a show, Seinfeld,
Yeah,
famously.
if you've heard of it.
Yeah, don't know. With Julianne Dreyfus.
Yeah.
Is that her name? Yeah.
Julia. Yeah.
Julie.
Julia Louis Dreyfus.
Louis Dreyfus.
Is it?
Louis. With her.
With her?
Yeah. She has, within the last 10 years, played one of the worst characters in Veep.
Yeah.
And the stuff that they say, it's so good because they're taking the piss. It's the exact same as like Ab Fab. Why Ab Fab was so funny.
Yeah.
It's because they're taking the piss out of a certain person.
Yes.
You can do that.
Of course you can. Yeah.
Because you're not actually doing the punching down, you're taking the piss out of people that do it.
Yes.
It's just being more, like, it's just being cleverer.
Yeah.
It's not a word.
The irony.
It's
just being cleverer.
You just got to be a bit cleverer with your comedy, you know?
No, but it's absolutely true. And I do think, sometimes that you're not necessarily in the wrong for talking about something, but that you also have to think, well, if audiences are tensing up, then your job is to sort of find a way to make the same point in a way that you get around that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Find the comedy.
Yeah.